All right, hey, what's up, guys? Hey, this has been the most requested video for me to do, is show you guys our inside of our trailer here, our camper. Don't you know? It's a get a side view here. Here it's in the shop right now, but it is a 24 foot, 24 by 8 feet, 8.5 feet wide. We'll start up front here. This here is a if you're going into a campground that has a water hookup, you would hook it up right here. And here's our outlet here for our electricity. We have a, right now I have it plugged in. There's extent, can you see it? So it's plugged into the wall right now. So there's electricity inside it. Just a 110 plug-in right there. And this is the plug-in for when we go to a campground and you hook up your what are your 30 amp connector, your RV connector. And here is a propane bottle. I have it set up so I can have two, which I've never had two on here, but it does have the switch over connector to run two propane bottles. And this is for the hot water heater for the shower. I'll show you that when we get inside. There's a what is that, deep cycle or deep cell marine battery on the front here. So I got 12 volts running inside. This is, I think, 150 or 200 amp fuse. And this battery runs inside to an inverter, which I'll show you. And then when I hook up to the truck through this connector here, the truck charges that battery, and of course the truck battery, you know, the alternator, when I hook them together, both batteries are hooked together. So the truck keeps that battery charged when we're cruising down the road. Okay, up here, right there is your, there is a water tank in here, and that is the fill. So you put your garden hose in there and you'll fill the water tank. The door's open right here. Close it, but this window opens so you can get some fresh air through. Like I said, there's the fill for the water tank. All right. Now let's go inside. Okay, here we are inside. I'll turn on the lights. The lights I have are just this light here. And let me back up. You can kind of see it. That there is like a desk light. Now this light is, or a 110 light, plugs in right there. And the light switch here is just for the 110, or those are 12 volt lights, run off the battery on the front. Okay, so that's one of the reasons that battery's up there, is to run these 12 volt lights. Now I have no other lights in here but this 110 light, like a desk light, and then those lights up there. I've never run a lot of lights in here or anything. So there's our bed set up right there. And then here's a couple of shelves I built a while back. Those have been in here, and the bed just kind of sets up there. Their bed. And there is the water tank. Here's our electric grill, or our electric skillet, and I'll show you kind of how we use that here in a minute. I'll give you a shot of it set up on the cart. There's the water tank, and you can see the lines I have on it. You can see through it in the water. It's a 32 gallon fresh water tank right there behind the refrigerator. And there's like a like an apartment fridge. It is not an RV fridge. It runs off electricity only. You can see it's not on. Now I'm actually going to plug this refrigerator in later today, because next week we're heading out on a ride trip. We're actually going to leave like on Wednesday. So, but there's the small little fridge. Okay, and I plug it in right here. While I'm sitting here in the shop, I will have it plugged in, and we'll, you know, we stock it up. So, in here I have an inverter. That's a 2000 watt inverter. It's hooked up to the battery on the front of the trailer, on the tongue of the trailer that I just showed you. And we'll turn it on here. Okay, that battery is what, 12.1? Can you see it? I don't know if that's going to show up in the camera, but that battery is 12.1. Got the lights on. Let's see if we can. 12.3. But okay, so this generator, or this, the inverter here I have on when we're traveling. Now what I do is I take the refrigerator and I plug it into the inverter while we're cruising down the road, okay? Put that here, but anyway, so I have that plugged into the inverter, and when the truck's hooked up to the trailer, the alternator on the truck obviously is keeping both batteries charged up, so we have electricity so the refrigerator can run all the time while we're on the road, because you're not plugged in. So I'll turn that off. All right. Okay. There's kind of our stuff, of our water. We have a grill, one of them Ozark Trail propane 2-burner grills up in there. Here's there's our helmets. We just have them sitting in a box. Now there is our AC unit. This is July, so it's going to be hot out. I do not have an AC unit on the roof. I just have this one. I just take it with us when we go camping or riding when it's warm out. Well, I take that AC that way. Now, most of the time, I don't take that because we're fall and spring and over the winter is when we go riding, you know, quad riding. Most of the time, we don't need AC, but this time we will, because I do not have a roof unit on it. I really never wanted to put one up there and haul it around all the time, since most of the time we would not need it. So I've never worried about putting an AC unit up there. Our table here is just a foldable card table that you could have anywhere. It's movable. So it's just sitting here. You can move it around. Here's this wall here. This wall, there's nothing on this wall as far as sticking out in the way. This trailer is basically open. You can see I haul. See there, I'm up against here. You can see the entire trailer is basically open, the floor. Because I haul both of our quads. We need to haul 2 quads when we go. Now this trip, walk back here and give you a shot this way. There, you're looking up in there. Okay, the water tank. There's the water line that runs along here, and I'll explain the shower setup here in a minute. But for the water tank, if we're running off-grid, we have a 12-volt water pump that you would run like have in an RV, and it comes on when you crank your faucet. You know, the pump runs, then it goes off automatically when you turn your faucet off, the same as you would have in your RV. I'm just gonna show that to you. Move this thing's on wheels. So there's the water pump. That's the same as you would have in an RV. The filter that runs over to the tank. And this here's your T that goes out to the outlet on the outside when you hook up to a water hookup at a campground. So that goes up there. Okay. And there's the water line, runs up along the ceiling all the way back to the shower area. And I'll show you that here in a minute. So let's talk about this side. Get this light. I don't know how to put that. Now what we put right here, I'll show it to you when I get it in here, is we put a tool cart here, but we use it as our cooking surface. All right guys, here's the what I set in here. I take this cart right here. I actually take this toolbox off the cart, and we put the toolbox under the table in there, but I take this whole setup, and this is the cart we put right by the door, and this is our cooking area for the, we put the electric skillet here. It has one drawer here. We have our utensils, forks and spoons, knives, and just cooking stuff, and towels. And it has another drawer down here, pots and pans, stuff like that. Okay, and then we have some stuff underneath here. We have our coffee maker, toaster, and stuff. So this cart goes in the trailer. and I'll give you a clip of that as well when we get it up in there. And then what we use for a toilet, because there's no plumbing in the trailer. Well, there's plumbing for the shower, but we have no toilet per se. We use this porta potty setup, and this thing works just fine. I mean, it's not fun cleaning it out, but that way we have a toilet in the camper or the trailer itself, and it sits back there where on the other side of that curtain, like I said, we set the porta potty up. So that's our toilet setup. Okay, so here it is with the cart up in here. We put it right up against this wall here, a couple of bungees, and it sits right in there, solid. And now this is where we cook if we're going to use our electric skillet. And then, like I say, we have this over here pulls out when we want to put the 2-burner propane stove. So that's what it looks like when we have the cart in here. So, and I also have a shelf up here, shelf here, and this here is a pull out. See, this is like a little tray that pulls out, and we put the grill here. There's a radio. See, it's that grill there. We take that grill and set it on there. So if we want to have so we can have a burner stove, and we set it right here. But when it's not in use, obviously when we're traveling, we put it back in the box, and that goes in. And these little cabinets here, you buy those at Walmart. Those little lightweight, they're empty. You've probably seen them, just little storage bins. They come in a stack of 3. Now at first I only had maybe a couple of them in here, and then I just started adding more to it. This is kind of our kitchen area where we put kitchen supplies. These shelves, like I said, these shelves, everything's made out of aluminum. This is our closet area. You can see we have our stuff hanging there. Aluminum tube for your closet pole or closet rod. This here is kind of our dresser area. We have clothes, towels, and stuff in here. This is the wife's dresser. This is mine. So I figure that's about right, isn't it? That's all I need. This here, this is kind of our electronics area back here. There's our communicators, our camera, USB cables. This is all kind of electronics drawer. This shelf back here, this here is a 6. It's plugged into the wall. So it's plugged into the 110 outlet here, and it has USB outlets, 6 of them. So this is kind of our charging station to set all of our electronics and charge them, our cameras. There's a camera battery, you know, our communicators. Each night after our rides, we put all of our stuff here, our communicators and everything, and charge them up. So this is kind of what this area is for, with the multiple USB outlets there. Okay. I'm swinging around here. Now we'll start talking about the shower setup. Oh, and here's a piece of carpeting. See, it's carpeted up there. There's that strip, and that's carpeted on the floor. But as you can see, that's the aluminum. And what we do when we get to the campsite, when we load our quads in here, they're on this here. They're on this aluminum floor. They're not on a carpet. You know, we pick the carpet up, so it just sits there. So I roll the carpet up and set it right there. But when we get to our campground and we unload the quads, we'll sweep this out and we roll this carpeting out, so you're not, you know, stepping on a cold floor or aluminum floor. So it's carpeted the whole way, and that's just temporary when we get to the campground. So okay, here's the shower pan. This here, it's just hanging on the wall here. A piece of carpet here to keep it from banging on the wall while you're traveling down the road. It's on a couple of hooks. And that is an RV shower pan that you find in an RV. And it will set, I'll give you a couple of clips of what this looks like back here. This, back here in the area. Okay, see, now I have the back gate up. I have the curtain across, gives us like the bathroom area back here. There's the shower curtain. Back up a little bit. Your shower curtain, okay, and the shower pan on the floor. You see the shower curtain sits right there, and the shower pan that drains out. And we have a light here in your shower. You have a light. So this area is kind of our bathroom area. We have a couple of rods here. We have a rod here. We have two of them. This one here. This is shower curtain. And then we have a shower curtain, a rod here that gives you this corner is basically your shower. And that there is a tankless hot water heater. So what I do, see, nothing is permanent in here. Everything is picked up so you can load your quad. So I didn't build anything permanent because, well, then you couldn't load all of your quads in here or whatever. So this will come across. You kind of bring that across and see there's your kind of your bathroom area behind that curtain, okay? And then you'll have another curtain. Now obviously the gate's up, you know, and you got this section back here, and this is your bathroom area, just behind this curtain. And then here's your shower curtain. This one's for water. That's your shower curtain. It comes out and around. See the shower curtain rod? It comes out and around, and that's your other half of your wall. And this is where the shower pan sets right here. That's what the propane bottle is on the front, because this runs off propane. And when you turn your water on, it lights instantly. You guys know what a tankless hot water heater is. That's what it is. You turn your water on, it heats the water. You can turn a lot of hot water, or you can turn it down. And also the speed of your water and the heat of your water. But that thing works great. So when we're hooked up to a water outlet at a campground, we basically have it in the supply of hot water. Now we're camping off grid. We have the tank, a 32-gallon water tank, and our 12-volt pump, so we can have hot showers when we're camping off grid. We don't need any electricity to power this whole unit. There's an ignite. Here's two batteries in it here, and when you turn it on, it clicks, it ignites. The igniter in there lights your fire. You can see the fire right through that little window. And of course it's vented because you're burning propane. So that's vented, a 3-inch vent. It goes out through the ceiling. So that's how we have hot showers. Now I just set the shower pan down here on the floor. Now I do not have a wastewater tank, because basically it's a shower that could go either way, inside or outside. So we use it inside. Okay, we're wrapping this up. It's probably been long-winded. So I do that, pick up the shower pan, put it on the wall. That way this is all open, see? Alright guys, so that's our trailer setup, our camper setup. As always, questions, comments, leave them below. I'll answer them, and thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye.